Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone, and citations to you all can teach all true sincerity. This can be called one day everything will be different. Because one day we will be in the kingdom of heaven and it will be like a dream. That's why everything will be different. It won't feel the same as you know, as it was before. It will feel like a bad nightmare that we just woke up out of. It will never feel like we ever was in captivity. That's how amazing it's gonna be when we get the kingdom, when we're in the kingdom of heaven. It's gonna be so amazing, so beautiful, so righteous, so amazing that we're not even gonna feel like we ever was taken captive by the heathen. It's gonna always feel like we were always in power. That's how amazing it's gonna be. So this is Psalms chapter 126 verse 1. It says, when Yahweh turn again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Yeah, it's gonna exactly like it. Uh, it's gonna feel exactly like a bad dream, a bad nightmare. That you know, it's gonna feel exactly like a bad nightmare that we just woke up out of. You know, it says verse 2. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, Yahweh has done great things for them. Yeah, because all these heathens are going to be our captives, and they're going to understand how much Yahweh loves Israel. You know how much Yahweh, um, you know, favors Israel over you other nations, over you heathen nations. You know, I'm read verse 3. Yahweh has done great things for us, wherefore wherefore we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Yahweh, as the streams of the south in the south. Turn again, oh no, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Yeah, because we're gonna reap tears of joy when we're taken out of here. We're not gonna cry tears of sorrow. We're gonna cry tears of joy in a pleasurable state, because we're going to be at rest finally, spiritually, mentally, uh, physically at rest, and crying tears of joy, not tears of sorrow, because our entire nation is going to be immortal, so we're not going to experience sorrow and pain and just separation from loved ones that we had a good decor with. We liked those people, because they were kind to us. We're gonna be able to enjoy our families and enjoy company of the brotherhood, and enjoy um our women, and enjoy our children, and enjoy the earth, and enjoy the other planets also. We're not gonna be it's not gonna be the same situation. We're gonna have expanded our land. When we get back in the land of Israel, that land will be destroyed, but it will be built up and it will expand. Because the 1948ers, the small heads, they have the land of Israel, but they don't have the promised land. There are, we're gonna have the land is going to expand, because all Israel, all 12 tribes will have to come back to the seed of the elect. So it's going to be a lot of Israelites being born in the kingdom. It's going to be so many children. Our streets are going to be filled with Israelites. it's gonna be filled with many, 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 many generations, many, many, many children, sons and daughters. It talks about that in I believe either Micah or Malachi, where it says um there will be old men and women and roaming the streets of Jerusalem, and there'll be children laughing. There'll be but anyway, the point is it's not going to be the same as now, where we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We're in captivity under our enemies, and we're the biggest nation because Israel's as the stand of the sea, but we are under our enemies, and we are, you know, having to follow the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability. In the kingdom, we're going to be given immortal bodies. We're going to follow the law, statutes, commandments 100%. Our kingdom will never fall. It will last forever, and we'll be ruling forever. We'll be living forever. We'll have everlasting life as a nation, you know, because the 2/3 will perish on this side, but they will come back in the kingdom in new bodies through the seed line of the election of Israel. But I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go to Daniel chapter 7 verse 18. Daniel chapter 7 verse 18 says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." Yeah, because we're gonna take the kingdom. We're not going to ask for the kingdom. We're gonna take down all these Gentile nations, these Gentile rulerships who are ruling the earth. Esau first, then the other nations who are in power. They will not be ruling when our kingdom is established. So we're gonna take back the earth and establish the kingdom of heaven on earth through Yahweh Shah's order and instructions, and we're gonna possess the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of Israel will be will be in power forever. The kingdom of heaven will be in power forever. I'm gonna go to Revelations 21 and verse 21. It's Revelations 21 verse 21 says, "And the 12 gates, um, and the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the streets of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass." We're gonna walk on gold streets. Our entire infrastructure is gonna be made of pure gold, so pure that you're gonna be able to see your own reflection in the gold. We're gonna have precious stones, precious, rubies and dime, rubies and um different um precious minerals that are being stored up by these heathens in their vaults, because they have gold stored up. They have many different precious stones stored up, all different sapphires and rubies stored up. All that stuff's gonna be brought to our land to build up our kingdom. All the gold that they're storing up, that's going to be brought to our land to build our kingdom. All the precious stones that they stored up, all that's going to be brought to our land to build up our kingdom. Anything that's mineral based and that's beneficial, that's high price minerals, all that stuff's going to be brought to our kingdom to build our kingdom up and to benefit us as a nation. Because all that stuff's going to shine. It's going to all those stones are going to be uh, shined upon when the sun is set, and it's gonna look like a glorious rainbow all the time. You know, I'm gonna go to Isaiah 2, Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4. It's Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4. It says, "And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, and nations shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And if the true people were in the land of Israel today, there would not be any war going on in the world. And since the true Israelites are not in the land of Israel, and we have the 1948ers, the small hats, they're in our land, which they got in the land unjustly. It wasn't righteous the way they got in the land. They got in the land, and through war and through you know you know through a um through wicked, ill, game. They didn't get the they weren't brought into that land by Yahweh Shai. They were brought into their land by man, by you know I believe it was a but anyway, the point is they didn't get that land um right, the right way. They brought into the land um you know an unrighteous way. And you know like, I understand, if the true people were there, there would not be any war. And all the nations would put down their swords to come and build up the kingdom of heaven. There'd be precious stones, golden streets. The Heavenly Father's Son, Yahweh Shai, will be there. King David will be there. And that stuff's not going on over in that land. There's no golden streets. There's no precious stones over there. They have to bring in certain minerals and stuff and into the land. They really can't grow nothing there. They have to bring stuff there to show that they are the people when they're not the people. But anyway, I'm gonna go to First Corinthians chapter 15 and verse. I'm gonna read verse 22. It's First Corinthians chapter 15 verse 22. It says, "For as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive, but every man in his own order. Hamashiach the first fruits, afterwards they that are Hamashiachs at his coming. Then cometh the end, um, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. And the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death." So all Israel um, will not die. The last enemy that will be destroyed for Israel will be death, because we transgressed as a nation against the Heavenly Father Yahweh. He brought upon the curses upon our nation, but we were made never to die. We were made to be immortal, from because we were the sons of God, the Adamites, and we were made to be immortal. The heathen nations outside of the Adamites, outside of the children, the sons of God, they were made to serve and to serve the um the sons of God, to be captives and slaves to the sons of God, to work and serve the sons of God. But um the sons of God, the Adamites, the sons of Adam, who are the sons of God, they weren't made. They were made to be immortal, um, which are the Israelites. The children of Israel. We were made to be an immortal nation, not to die, and that will be destroyed when we're getting those new bodies. We're gonna be immortal, having the law, statutes, commandments written in our inner parts. That means we're gonna follow the law, statutes, commandments 100%. I'm gonna go to Revelations. I'm gonna go back to Revelations chapter 19, verse 10. It's Revelations chapter 19, verse 10 says, And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. And yeah, because that is the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. And it says verse 11, I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse. He that sat upon it, okay, and he that sat up upon it, him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and head on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Yeah, because this is Yahweh Shai. He has many crowns of the Gentile nations that he took out of power with the elect and the with the elections help because the election will be gathered up into the chariots and will um and enact the orders that Yahushua will give to them to establish the kingdom of heaven. And a part of that is taking down you heathen nations and putting you in captivity. That is a part of the kingdom, because this kingdom here has been built up with slavery. So the kingdom of heaven will be built up with captivity of the heathen nations who put the children of Israel in captivity. You know, you know. Anyway, I'll go to Genesis. Of Go to Genesis 49 verse 12. It's Genesis 49 verse 12. It says, his eyes shall be red with wine and his teeth white with milk. And it's talking about Yahushua, because Yahushua, his favorite drink was wine and his eyes was red. you know um his favorite drink was wine, his eyes were red. He was a dark skinned man with woolly hair. And wine does make your eyes red. If you drink a lot of wine, it makes your eyes red. Um, I'm gonna go to, and he was a very austere man. So this is Luke 19 verse 27. It's Luke 19 verse 27. It says, "But thou, okay, but those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me." So if you don't want to get down with the program when your house shot comes back, you're gonna be slain before him. You're gonna be brought before him and be slain before him. You know, um, I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7. It says, "And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee." So all these curses are on are showing upon our enemies today. Upon Esau, Edom, and the other nations. They're experiencing part of the curses. Um, because that's judgment upon that's judgment from the Lord. Because the curses are vastly, not vastly. The curses are lifting off us and showing up on the heathen. Even though we're still under the curses, but there are curses that are being shown amongst these heathens that you cannot um that cannot be what's the word? They're being recognized, you know, you know, amongst the heathen. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. It's a righteous thing with the Most High to bring judgment upon your enemies that have troubled us, because we've been amongst captivity amongst these heathen, and they the way they treated us was very harsh, and especially Esau Edom. He did a lot of weird, wicked things to the children of Israel, who are considered his we are considered, you know, closely related to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and he really did evil, wicked things. Most of the things we can't sometimes, uh, you know, pronounce because those, a lot of those things, you know, was so horrible that, especially beating Jake until he was unrecognizable, castrating us, lynching, doing, there's many things that we, when we get in the kingdom, we're gonna have understanding of everything he has done, and we're gonna know exactly what judgment is right, the best judgment to judge him with, in the kingdom. I'm gonna go to Jeremiah. Uh, this is the last one. Jeremiah 20. Not 20. Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. Salakia. It's Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. It says, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey." Yeah, all these heathens that devoured us and did all manner of evil and wicked atrocities against us, they're gonna go into captivity and become our spoils. You know, and all their possessions and all their riches will be ours. It says, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." Yeah, it talks about that in Lamentations, where they looked upon, is this the beautiful city of Zion? They hissed and wagged their teeth at us, you know. Yeah, I basically butchered that, but the point is they spit and really threw mud on our people, threw mud on our nation, and did evil wicked things. Read verse 18. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring them again the captivity of Jacob's tent, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. Yeah, because Yahweh Bashin Yahshua, he's going to bring us out of captivity. He's going to heal us and give us rest, and make us a rich, glorious, magnified nation. And with doing that, he's going to magnify his name throughout the entire earth. So anyway, I'm going to say all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashin Yahshua Bashin Karkadash. Double honors to the elder apostle Ray Millstone. And citations to you, I teach all true sincerity and shalom.